If we were to get a fire on the right conditions in the wrong day on Mount Dandenong, history shows that fire burns very, very quickly uphill. If it's got the right conditions, the right wind conditions, all those sorts of things around behind it, and the fuel loads are dry enough, it would not take long for a fire to burn up to the side of the Dandenong.
With spring kicking off earlier this week, we've seen flowers start to bloom and weather start to improve. However, local and national fire authorities are warning that Melbourne's eastern suburbs, including the Dandenong Ranges, are likely to enter into an earlier fire season than expected during spring due to 12 to 18 months of drought and hotter spring temps ahead. I spoke with CFA District 13 Assistant Chief Fire Officer David Renkin about what's ahead for the region. Joining the CFA as a junior volunteer at Upwey in 1981, David has seen a lot of fires over the years. However, he told me that this season is especially dry and especially warm. A 2021 CSIRO study found that the annual area burned by fire across Australia's forests had increased by about 48,000 hectares per year over the last 3 decades. Another 2021 study, this time co-authored by the former CFA manager for research and development, Dr. Sarah Harris, found that increased temperature induced by human-created climate change was the main driver for heightened fire risk. David told me that beyond the work that the CFA and Forest Fire Management Victoria and Parks Victoria do in managing fire risk in these forests, it is also important that local communities do not become complacent and get ready early. Shockingly, a recent CFA survey showed that 40% of those who live in bushfire-prone areas do not yet have a bushfire plan ready.
The conditions I'm probably seeing through the Dandenongs and through my patch is that it's drier now than it has been for quite some years at this time of year. Obviously, there would be a great thing to see more rainfall total in the spring period to dampen down some of that risk. If that doesn't eventuate, then it will be a very challenging fire season. What I'm probably seeing all too often is the complacency. Complacency crept back in very, very quickly. So what we need from the community is to help us to be able to help them. That means they need to have some sort of a plan in place. Leaving early is the best option. Don't wait for us to tell you to leave. As we saw in 2009, there was far too many people that unfortunately made that decision, and that decision probably cost them their lives because we lost lots of people in cars on roads trying to escape the fire.